You're the top. You're my Swanee River.
You're the top. Your goose's liver.
You're the baby grand of a lady and a gent.
You're a trust from Saxon. You're next year's taxes.
You're Pepsodent.
You're a prize. You're a night at Coney.
That is the music of Anything Goes, opened last night at the Fox, runs through June 9th. Joining us here in studio is Josh Franklin and Alex Fink. Woo. Josh, Alex, welcome to Big 550 KTRS.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Anything Goes, first debuted, what, in the 50s? Is that
1934.
34?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
1934.
Just a few years ago.
Which is amazing that could it still be relevant in 2013?
No, it's not. I'm
Okay,
not sure
good.
why we're doing this. No, it's very relevant. I mean, it won a Tony Award just a couple of years ago for Best Revival, and there's a reason for that. It is quite an entertaining show. It's Cole Porter music,
Right.
like You're the Top, I
Right.
Get a Kick Out of You, but also the choreography and the direction and the book. I mean, it still gets a laugh without fail. I mean, the cheesiest jokes just land so well, especially in St. Louis. I don't know what that's about.
Well, you didn't just call us cheesy.
No, not at
Okay,
all.
good, fair enough. All right, good. Give us a sense give us the backdrop, the loose plot line of the musical.
Sure,
Anything Goes.
It will be a very loose plot line because it can get a little complicated. There is a ship that is sailing to England, and there's a bunch of people on the ship, and essentially there's several different couples that all board the ship,
Right.
coupled with the wrong person, and it's all of the chaos and hijinks and shenanigans to get each person with who they should end up with.
Sounds like an episode of The Love Boat.
A little bit.
A little. Sure.
And Alex, what role do you play?
I play Hope Harcourt, who is a young debutante, and I am newly engaged to Lord Evelyn Oakley, an Englishman, which is, the engagement was set up by my mother to secure our family's wealth.
Uh-huh.
But the problem ensues for me when I'm on the ship, when I realize the man that I fell in love with about a month ago is on
me.
the ship as well. Is you.
Yes.
And Josh, so you two are together at the beginning of the musical.
No.
Oh, you're not
That is-
together.
That is
Oh,
the
oh, oh.
conflict.
That's the thing.
Oh.
That's
I
our
play Billy
issue.
Crocker. I am a Wall Street stockbroker, and I am coming onto the ship to bring my boss his passport. I'm not supposed to be on the ship, and I see that this girl that I fell in love with is on the ship, so I stow away, and so the whole show I'm running away from my boss, I'm running away from the captain, I'm putting on disguises, and it's a lot of fun.
It's interesting that it was written in 1934, and yet you talk about these themes that still are very relevant today, and you can sort of hear and see why it still works.
Yes, breaking up marriages.
Last night was your first time at the Fox, Alex?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
It's spectacular. We went on stage for sound check, and I was just dropped to the floor. I was looking at how grand it is.
Because it's so magnificent, it's so big. What was your?
Well, I've been told it's fabulous, is what I'm supposed. The fabulous Fox.
Oh yeah, it is fabulous, but is it really fabulous?
Yes, it really, really is.
But it's much bigger than many of the venues you're used to playing, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
certainly bigger than any venue in New York, any Broadway house. I mean, it's like 5 times the size.
Right. So do you have to change your performance in any way?
Yes, all of my choices are massive in this theater. A little bit, actually, because the audience is kind of far away. The orchestra is so large that even to reach the first row, you kind of have to be like, I'm the one speaking over
Right.
here. I'm waving my arms. But I mean, it's a slight adjustment. That's what makes touring so fun. I mean, we get to go to different venues and different orchestras, and everything is so vastly different from venue to venue.
Is it true that even though the script is the same every night, each performance is different?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Explain that.
Well, a lot of it is people taking vacations or people being injured, so it's never the same group
Right. We
from
always
night to night.
So it's always a different group.
Yeah.
But even with the same actors, is it different every night?
Yeah,
Yes.
of course. I mean, the thing is, we're all human beings, so we come to the theater for our 8 shows a week with whatever we have that day, and we do the best that we have that day. And sometimes things can be a little off, and there's so many factors with all the costume changes, the different orchestra, people being sick or a little, anything can happen, especially in a show like this, because we're all so silly as it is.
Right.
And we have a lot of fun on stage, and there's a little bit of room to play and not ad-lib, but we do ad-lib.
Let's talk about ad-libbing. How much ad-libbing goes on, and how much are you actually trying to get the other guy to crack up while you're on stage and have fun?
Oh,
That happened last night.
oh yes.
Dennis.
Dennis was funny.
What happened last night?
I don't know that it's ever really intentional per se. I think just sometimes if someone does something a little different, we're so used to things, a certain way
Right.
that the slightest thing can
Just give you the
kind of
giggles.
give you the giggles.
There was
But-
one show that Dennis, we were talking about, we were joking around before the show, like when you deliver a punchline, if you just bend your legs a little on the punchline, it gets a laugh. And he actually went on stage in the first scene, looked right at me, and just bent down on his punchline, and we all lost it.
And that was last night?
No, last night, same guy. How old is Dennis?
I
In
don't
his
know.
70s?
You said that on the air.
Sorry,
I
Dennis.
don't know.
You're sleeping, I hope. He just does this little song and dance at the end, and I join him and I mimic him. But last night,
He
he
did something
decided
totally
to change
different.
all of his physicality. So I'm trying to copy him, and he's all over the place. And I failed.
I think a lot of the stuff happens with just eye contact. Because
Yeah.
now we've all known each other so
Right.
well for so long. There's a little bit of telepathy that's going on.
Alex Fink, you pay Hope Harcourt, and Josh Franklin, Billy Crocker. Anything goes now through June 9th at the Fabulous Fox. Are you going to do anything in St. Louis while you're here, or you can go see the Arch?
Yes.
Yes.
I want to go up. I want to go up in that.
Go up in the Arch?
Yes.
Maybe a Cardinal game?
Yes, we talked about that.
Yeah.
We've also talked about.
Are they going to take you to Ted Drew's, get a little frozen custard?
I actually brought some to the theater last night. I went to college here. I went to Webster.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, so I was like, I must
some
bring
Ted
Ted
Drew's.
Drew's.
So you know
delicious.
all about the Fox.
I do. Well, I saw a couple shows there when I was in college, but I've
But this-
performed there as well.
Okay, so
before.
this isn't your first time performing at the Fox.
This is my second time.
Good for you.
Yeah.
All right, so Webster Groves grad does well, comes back.
Yeah.
All right, well, you have to tell him all about Ted Drew's then.
I will.
You got it.
Yes.
Anything goes now through June 9th at the Fox. Alex Fink, Josh Franklin, thanks for stopping by.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having us.
Anything goes.
I spared you my whole Ethel Merman impression. Everything's coming up roses. 7:58 on the Big 550 KTRS.